Dr. Parveen Sharma. Today in this session, our topic for discussion is effect of prejudices. But before we come to know the effect of prejudices, I would like to discuss what are the types of prejudices, because by now we know that prejudices are premature judgment without knowing the facts. So let us discuss what are the types of prejudices. They are racism, sexism, ageism, classism, nationalism, religious prejudice based on disability, and xenophobia. Let us discuss these types in brief one by one. First is the racism, because we know that out of our prejudiced attitude, we try to associate ourselves with a particular race. So sometimes members of one race start considering themselves superior to the members of other race and start developing the feelings of hate, jealousy and disrespect. It has been observed that such prejudices may turn into terrible consequences. If we talk about the another type, that is sexism, when biases are developed on the basis of gender, then it is known as sexism. It leads to family disputes also, because when in the family atmosphere itself there is a discrimination between the son and the daughter, then there starts a dispute in the family members. Then ageism, prejudices are developed on the ground of a person's age sometimes, means treating a person less favorably than others on his or her chronological age. See in this picture how the girl is being told that you cannot do this thing, so this is wrong. Then classism, it means person's sense of being or how the person sees the world and others. When people of one class show superiority in their behavior and attitude, it is depicted institutionally through policies and practices. Then there is another type of prejudices, that is nationality. It refers to understanding of people of one nation superior than people of other nation. Such kind of prejudices breaks harmony among nations, because when we talk about international understanding, then the idea of international understanding will be stopped when as a citizen of one nation we feel that we are superior to the in comparison to other nation. So these kind of prejudices, when we associate with our nationality, it breaks harmony among the nations. Then religious prejudice, in most of the religious emphasis is given on humanity and moral values. Even then people fight with each other in the name of religion, condemning the follower of another religion. Such kinds of religious prejudices creates dispute among people, which poses a great threat to the progress of individual and nation as well. Then based on disability, some people have prejudices in their minds towards disabled persons. It further weakens the confidence of persons with disability, because when we are showing mercy that you cannot do this thing, that it will loosen their confidence. They do see in this pic, so they don't want mercy, rather they want our help in the sense which motivate them. Then another type is xenophobia. What is xenophobia? It refers to fear of strangers. When people have in their minds such kinds of prejudices, it hampers their growth. Suppose one student has to go for studies to outside place. If that person is having prejudice, kind of xenophobia, will not be able to mix up with the people, so it will hamper the growth of that person. So it is another type of prejudice which is known as xenophobia. So we have discussed by now what are the types of prejudices. So now we'll discuss what effects these prejudices bring with us, how they are harmful for the individual and for the society as well. When prejudices occurs, it brings discrimination and bullying in behavior. You start bullying other person because when you do not accept the other person in your group, you feel that another person is inferior and you are superior. You start discriminating between the people and you start bullying in behavior. Sometimes it results in eating disorder. Discriminatory norms and behavior remain widespread and continue to drive social exclusion, because when you feel or you make feel another person that you are inferior, in a way you are excluding that person from the community, from the group. So it will bring depression to that person, and that person's eating disorder may occur. When someone has a prejudice that she or he is being discriminated, it affects his or her well-being and health also, which results in low self-esteem, fear and stress. Because when you discriminate between people, then when a person is having a feeling that I am being degraded, I am not being accepted in the group, and they have a prejudice against me, so that victim of that prejudice lowers his self-esteem and develop a kind of fear in himself or herself, and which bring a stress and frustration in the mind of that person, which brings so many other diseases with it. I'll discuss. Then such prejudices are destructive for individual and society as well. Sometimes it is intentional and other times it is not intentional. When I am talking about a group behavior, sometimes when a new person comes in the group, then the other persons who are the members of already existing group, they just degrade that fellow. That may be intentional or may be unintentional. Reasons are different, so the consequences, because when prejudices occurs, reasons may be different behind any type of prejudices. I have discussed with you various types of prejudices. So the reasons are different, types are the different, so the consequences will be different. The persons who are target of prejudices have to face constant exposure to ridicule and discrimination, and it is likely to bring a depression and frustration and stress in the mind of that victim of prejudice. So it is really harmful. Opportunities in life are lost and personal relationship is damaged when people act upon prejudices. When you discriminate with another person, so the opportunities for that person is really lost and the personal relationship with that person is really damaged. Future progress and expectations get influenced for such victims of prejudices. They may become hostile and criminal under depression. See, daily you come across the news of suicide and crime. So the reason of that kind of suicide or crime, one reason behind this action can be of prejudices, because the victim of prejudice may turn sometime hostile and criminal because going under depression. So this type of hostility and discord give rise to a battle. Domestic violence, crime, death, mental depression and suicide happen due to it, because that person out of frustration sometime get violent. See how out of these prejudices domestic violence occurs, because the difference on the basis of gender is passed on, and from the very beginning, if in any case male member is being realized that you are superior to the female member, so in that case sometime domestic violence occurs out of that prejudices. Sometimes crime also occurs out of this prejudiced behavior, and sometime person is really going under depression, so death can be that result, and suicide happen sometime due to it. See, these prejudices are bad for everyone, even at workplace also. Earlier I was talking about domestic violence or family atmosphere. If we talk about the workplace atmosphere, if the prejudices are there, it is really bad. When you see that boss is prejudiced or colleagues are not accepting you, it physically hurts you, and sometimes this workplace bullying brings a mental toll on your body, because if a person is transferred to a new workplace, already there is a group and you do not accept that person and you start bullying, then what happens? That person who is the newcomer gets depressed, and that kind of bullying brings a mental toll on your body. See, it physically hurts. See, what are the things which are included in physical hurt? Physical effects include aches and pains, increase in cardiovascular illness, cancer, high blood pressure, depression, anxiety disorder, and other related problems. These problems, one problem can occur, more than one, any other problems which I have not mentioned. So, these aches and pains are included in the physical effects. Sometime it physically hurt and sometime it hurts person mentally. Then after knowing the types and effects of prejudices, we'll see how to reduce these prejudices, because by now we have come to know that prejudices are prejudgment and they are opinion based on without finding the logic or the reason behind it. They can be developed in the family, in the peer group, in the workplace area, in the institution, school or college, anywhere, but their effects are harmful, because I have discussed with you many physical problems and mental problems which bring with us, because sometime when there is a person who is victim of these prejudices can go to the extreme of committing crimes or suicide or any other frustrations, because that time what happens when a person is going through prejudices being acted upon him or her comes in depression and stress, which is not good. So now we'll see, when we have come to know that there are various causes and types of these prejudices and they bring bad effect with it, so we'll discuss what are the strategies and how we can reduce, how we can combat these prejudices, because by now we have seen that sometime it is the family environment and sometime without knowing the reasons, these rituals or thoughts which are full of prejudices are passed on from generation to generation, and we do not question about these prejudices which are being passed from our parents to us, because in our mind we have a kind of fear that if we question and if we do not adhere to these rituals or thoughts which are passed on to us by our elders, something bad may not occur. So this is lack of education. So we'll see what is the role of the education, how can we make aware our youngsters, and how can we educate them that these prejudices are really bad and harmful. See, how to reduce prejudices. It is our mental mistake, first of all, that we tend to categorize people quickly without going in detail, without knowing the detailed information. In midway, we just categorize the people very quickly and we make our opinion that this person is good, this he or she is helpful. I have seen in the institution that when a teacher gets transferred, then the students, because they are associated with the old one, they make prejudices that this teacher may not prove good, and they make prejudices. So this kind of over categorization is bad. That teacher may prove better than the previous one, but we make prejudices. So in such cases, imagine yourself in the same situation. When you make anyone victim of the prejudice, or you try to make prejudices or discriminate, then for a while you just imagine that you are in that situation. Then what will happen? How would you feel? Then that kind of imagination, or when you visualize, will help anyone to react to that in this manner. Then it will help you to come out of developing prejudices. So first way is, don't make a mistake to judge the people very quickly. Take a time to make the opinion about the people, about the group, about the community, about the race, because all people of all races or culture or religion are not same. So one bad experience should not be stuck with whole of the race, whole of the community. So do not make this mistake. Do not judge people quickly. Take a time. Then second, when you make anyone victim of that prejudice, but before that you just put yourself in that situation, and then that reaction will help you to come out of the developing prejudices. Then next is the gaining public support and awareness for anti-prejudice social norms. We should take the support of the public or the community in making everyone aware. We can make arrange some camps in the community so that we can make aware the community or the elder people or the low class people who are not coming to the school that this is anti-prejudice and these are anti-social norms. So we should not develop prejudice against any person. Then next, increasing contact with members of other social groups. We should try that we motivate the students in the class that we should make friendship with the other groups also. So we should not categorize and we should not teach our children to make categorization, because this will exclude you from the other group, from the other social groups, and you will not be able to mix up with the society, because for your mobility you have to move with the social norms, you have to adhere to the social groups. If you remain alone, then you will not learn how to behave with the society, how to behave with the other people, because ours is a land of diversity. Because here in India, people are living who speak different languages, who wear different kind of attires, who have different traditions and who have different religions. So this is our duty as a parents, as a teachers and a teacher educators, to teach our youngsters that we have to learn to move with the other social groups, because I have spoken to you just few minutes back that the moral teachings of all the religions are the same. Every religion teaches that we have to be kind and we have to learn humanity. So it means the basic teachings of all the religions are good ones. So we cannot categorize the people on the basis of the religion or the community. So this all will be possible when the content of a textbook or the curriculum is like that. Then another strategy is making people aware of the inconsistencies in their own life. See, sometime you might have observed that the people talk different things and practice different things. That is why it is said that practice what you preach. Means sometime you must have seen the people who say that do not discriminate between the people, but in their real life they do it. So we have to make people aware about their inconsistencies in their own life, because it is not there that the victim of the prejudice is suffering. Rather, the person who is trying to prejudice or who is trying to discriminate between people or between the groups is also suffering from this kind of problems, because his or her ego will be weak. Then cultivate awareness of their biases is good, as it helps in making better decisions. You know, in your life cycle, every time from morning till evening, you have to take decisions, sometimes very small decisions, other time a big one. But you have to take decision, and this is your decision power which makes your personality. So it is our duty as a teacher and as a parents and as a community stakeholders that we have to cultivate awareness that these are the biases, and this kind of biases are not good, as it helps in making better decisions. Then motivating people to increase empathy and empathetic communication. We have to teach how to develop empathy, to put yourself in that condition. Then it will help you to come out of that situation. Then helping people to be mindful and be kind. Encouraging all to develop cross-group friendship in their own lives. See, in this pic, we are trying to teach that as we are the citizens of diversity, land of diversity, then it is taught to the students that you have to be mixed up, you have to make friends with the cross-group culture friendship. Then teachers can teach students to be more receptive to the diverse students. You know, I was speaking to you just now that whatever you preach, you have to practice. So, if a teacher is teaching in the class that prejudices or discrimination is bad for everyone, then in his or her teaching in the classroom or in day-to-day life, teacher has to bring that kind of behavior in himself or herself and teach the students to be receptive to the diverse students and learn to respect every student in the class who belongs to different culture. Then positive cross-group friendship can have contagion effects. It will prove best way to break down the barriers of prejudices. We know that there exist the prejudices in the society, and it is our effort to break down the barrier, and this is the best way to break down it. Then teachers can do a significant task in reducing prejudices among students. If teacher has understanding of the communities where their students live, this way teacher can treat students with kindness, which will bring out kindness in them too. As I was speaking to you, that whatever you say, you have to practice. So if you want as a teacher that your students should be kind, so first of all you have to follow kindness in your behavior by promoting cultural diversity in the classroom or workplace. Students or employees feel valued. If in a classroom you are promoting cultural diversity, students will feel valued and their competency will improve and their performance will improve. And if we are talking about the workplace area, if you are accepting everyone, every member of the cultural diversity, then the competency of the employees will be improved, their performance will be better. When their competency of the employees will improve, then the productivity will increase. So it may be the case of classroom or maybe the place of workplace area. When we promote cultural diversity, then it will be better. Then lastly, passing laws and regulations that require fair and equal treatment for all groups of people. So we have come to know that there are various effects of prejudices, but we have to combat with them, we have to reduce. So I believe that the strategies which I have discussed with you will help everyone to reduce the prejudices, because if prejudices are removed, then it will be good for the health of the individual and betterment of the society as well. Thank you.